Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome back to another Dungeons and Dragons review. Today, I am going to be reviewing the Al Qadim, the Golden Voyage box set. This is one of the smaller, thinner box sets that came out in the '90s for the Al Qadim Adventures book for Arabian Nights style adventures. I really enjoyed reading this for, believe it or not, the actual first time. I bought this many years ago, and it just sat in my collection. Even though I ran an Arabian Nights campaign, I did not actually use this because it was my own world, and I wasn't really using much from the Al Qadim like player's handbook, and so I was just making stuff up on the fly, and it wasn't actually much of an oceanic adventure. The campaign that I was running was more desert oriented. But in here, you will find, let's go over the contents real quick. Not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 separate adventure packs. Each one, I believe, being 16 or 18 pages. Let's look on the back. Yeah, 16 pages of all kinds of hooks, lines, and sinkers for your game, including treasure ideas, NPCs, etc. Not all of the adventures were up my alley, but a great many of them were absolutely incredible. Not epic level incredible, but just so well done in the spirit of the Sinbad movies. One was actually really kind of humorous. One was a little bit too much of a moral quandary for most of my players. They would have found the let's just say the island or the area and probably gone full murder hobo there, looking for treasure and being disappointed that there literally was no treasure. Kind of along the lines of that song, One Tin Soldier. I think that's what it's called. But let's go over the other ingredients. One of the items is a map book that has all of the things you'll need for the other 5 books, including a nice ship plan and maps of the islands and things like that. And then my copy is actually missing, or I pulled out all of the Monsters Compendium monster pages. I think I've already put them in my book, but I might not have, in that which means that I don't actually have the monsters. But I can I can make up monsters on the fly. There's pretty decent descriptions of the monsters included, so I can just make up stuff. It's nothing too devastating if I don't have these pages, but let's keep my fingers crossed and hope that I do have them. Then there is a really nice map, which I would like to hang up here in the studio, but I'm probably not going to, because the likelihood that I will run this exact campaign any time in the future. But you can see there's all kinds of islands, as well as monster locations and things like that. A nice key or legend down at the bottom. And of course, like all things Al Qadim, it's got that really nice metallic print border for everything. And then another little bonus that this box set has, which it's handy, but I think most of this information is elsewhere on other Dungeon Master screens. But just in case, it's nice to have, so you don't have to go digging through books and looking for specifics. But it does have the THACO, the saving throw, the armor class, weapons. Which I guess the weapons is actually a good one to have, because the weapons are so different from your standard bill of fare European style weapons. I wonder if there's one of these for the Oriental Adventures. That would be nice, but I kind of doubt there is. As well as some pretty nifty artwork on the front cover. Different things, a bunch of genies and what they assume will be your sailing vessel for most of the adventure. Although they do not hesitate in sinking your vessel at the drop of a hat throughout the course of these adventures. While some are not necessarily oceanic adventures, I think one specifically is not on the high seas, but the rest are, and there's a good chance you will lose your boat as many as 5 different times if you run all 5 of the little mini adventure modules. But I really like the way this is all put together with a whole bunch of options, a whole bunch of mini adventures, all of which could take you several game nights of playing to make it through one book. So for back in the day, it was $18 US back in the 90s, and obviously today, if they put this out, it'd probably be 2 or 3 times this price, and maybe the paper would be a little bit better quality and a little bit more color artwork. But all in all, this is actually a really good set for not just Arabian Nights. You could easily take out the setting and keep the plot points and run this for a standard Viking or European sailing adventure, and keep all of the storylines intact except for one of them, I think. But if you guys don't have this, I hope you can grab a copy of this in just as good a shape as I got this one, because it's stood the test of time. Fortunately, I take really good care of my stuff when I get it. I don't just put it in a box and leave it there. I shelve them, and half the time I bag them for extra protection. But now that I've got the new studio, sort of took away the bags because I'm going to want to have access to them. But let me know what you think about this one. I'm going to be doing the next one real soon, next week, and it is I forget what it's called, but it's also another semi oceanic pirate style adventure, which again I'm really looking forward to reading. But I got to get to some other projects that I need to read, especially Arduin, as you guys may have guessed. But until next time, have a great evening. I'm going to go have some pasta with the family, and I hope you guys will come back and see us tomorrow for a quick craft, and then Friday the Arduin review, and then off to another spectacular weekend. Thanks again for stopping by, folks. Pardon the noise. We got the racetrack behind us and the window wide open. But let me know what you think in the comment section, if you've played it, if you want to play it, if you have some ideas for other Qadim products that I haven't shown off that maybe I should add to my collection, because I'm definitely planning on running some of this during the summer. And until next time, guys, have a great evening. Bye.